Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria and today we are going to be doing my October TBR. So if you haven't seen, October is a crazy month for new releases. The amount of amazing romance releases that are coming in October, I'm so excited, but there are so many to put on my TBR. I actually had to narrow it down because I couldn't put all of them on my TBR because then I would be literally reading just new releases. So I tried to narrow it a little bit more and just focus on the ones that I absolutely have to read when they first come out. So I have a lot of new releases to share with you, a lot of amazing books that I'm really excited to read. Hopefully we'll get some really good 5 stars this month. So I have 16 books that I'm going to talk about that I want to read in October. So we're going to get right into it because that's kind of a lot. So the first one that I have that I'm absolutely going to have to read when it first comes out is Hopeless by Elsie Silver. This one comes out October 13th. It is Beau's book. It is the fifth book in the Chestnut Springs series, and I have loved this series. Reckless and Heartless are probably both going to be on my top favorites of this year, and I have adored this whole series. It's just fabulous. And so I'm really, really excited for Beau's book. So Beau has been in the military and he was injured in one of the previous books. And so he's home and he's just like super grumpy because he didn't want to leave the military, but he got injured, so he had to. And then I think that his romance is going to be an age gap. And I think that the heroine works at the bar in town. And I don't really know anything other than that, but I'm super, super excited about it. I love this series and I really think it's going to be fabulous, just like the rest of the books in the series. The second one that I have is Shadows of You by Catherine Cowles. This one comes out October 19th. This one is the next one in this series. I don't remember what this series is called, but the first one was Whispers of You, then we had Echoes, and then Glimmers. Now we have Shadows of You, and this is the one that I have literally been like dying for since book 1. This is Roan's book. In book 1, they talk about how there was a person who was going around and killing people in the first book, and they thought that it might be Roan. Like the people in the town thought that it might be Roan, and so he's been really struggling since then because he doesn't really trust people anymore. It kind of like ruined his idea of like community in the town, and so he is very like sheltered, very by himself. He likes to spend a lot of time on his own, and so he really is just away from everyone. And I believe that his romance is going to be with a single mom, and I think it's going to be great. I think it'll be so good for Roan. I'm so excited. This whole series has been really good. I really, really loved it. I really love Catherine Cowles' writing. I love romantic suspense, so I'm really excited about it, and I think it's going to be great. The third one I have is actually one that I've already read, but I wanted to mention it because I did really, really like it. So I wanted to tell y'all about it. And that is I'm Your Guy by Serena Bowen, which comes out October 10th. This one is a hockey romance, and I already read it because I got an ARC and I really liked it. So I wanted to share it with you. It is, like I said, and it's about a hero who is part of the hockey team, and he is in the closet. He does not tell anyone that he is gay. He has never told anyone, not his family, not anyone. He has this cousin and this uncle who are horrible people, and he's recently had some really bad press because he attacked them, had a fight with them on national TV, and so everyone's thinking that he's this like really violent guy now, and he ends up having a romance with a guy that he meets at a furniture store who is a interior designer, and he hires him to design his entire house because he bought his house and it's like totally empty, and he's like, I need you to do everything for me. And the entire interior designer is really down on his luck. He had some really hard struggles in the past, and he is like basically about to be homeless. He's about to have to move back home because he can't afford to live anymore. And they end up having a romance, having a friendship. It's so cute. I really, really liked it, and I would highly recommend it, adding it to your October TBRs because it comes out on October 10th. Then number 4 is Madame by Sarah Kate. This one, I'm really hoping the audiobook will also come out in October. I'm not sure. I couldn't find anywhere that said that it was coming out in October, but I know that the audiobook is in production, so I'm crossing my fingers that it'll come out because this is the next book in the Salacious Players Club series, and I have loved this whole series. I think it's fabulous. And this is a series about a sex club, and the heroine in this one is Madam Kink, who we've met in previous books. Her name is Eden, and I think it's an FFM romance, which I think will be really fun. And like I said, I'm really hoping that the audiobook will come out because I want to read it. Number 5 is Clueless Puckboy by Eden Finley and Saxon James. This is the next book in the Puckboy series. I love this series. I love Eden Finley. I read everything that she has ever written, and so when she was releasing a new book, it has to go on the TBR. This one comes out October 5th, and I believe the audiobook should be out in time, and I am very excited about it. I really don't remember what this one is about. I remember reading the description and being like, ooh, I definitely want to read that one, but I can't remember. But I know it's hockey. I know it's MM. So that's all I got for you. Number 6 is One Chance by Lena Hendricks. This is another one that I'm really hoping the audiobook comes out at the same time. I'm pretty sure for one look it did. But this is a small town romance series. It's following a family, and I really loved book 2. Book 1 was also really good. It was a single father, and then book 2 was a brother's best friend and ex-boyfriend's brother, which I really, really loved. So this is book 3, and I am really excited for the series. I've really liked the past 2, so I hope that this one is going to be just as good, but I really don't know the specifics about it. Oh, and One Chance comes out on October 23rd. I don't think I said that. Number 7 is Better Hate Than Never by Chloe Leese. This is book 2 in her traditionally published series. I actually have not read book 1 because it's based off of a Shakespeare play that I was not super interested in reading a retelling of. It's Much Ado About Nothing. But the second one is a Taming of the Shrew retelling, which I think will be a lot more my speed. And I am actually going to go see Chloe Leese for her book tour for this with my mom. Chloe Leese is coming to the Ripped Bodice in New York, so I bought tickets and I'm going to take my mom to meet Chloe Leese with me, and I'm really excited about that. So I want to read Better Hate Than Never before the event. I'm going to hope I can do it and hope that I can get my get the loan in from the library in time. But that one comes out October 10th, and I don't think I see Chloe until like the 20-something. So I think that I'll have time to read it before I see her. But yeah, like I said, this is a Taming of the Shrew retelling, and it is a series following sisters. So I'm excited about it, and I love Chloe Leese, so I know I'll like this book. Number 8 is Best Laid Plans by Carla Sorensen. This one comes out October 3rd. I actually got a physical arc of this book. Carla Sorensen sent me a physical arc of this book, so it looks very, very good. I'm really excited about it, but I obviously need the audiobook, so I haven't read the physical copy yet. But this one is about a ex-football player who has a romance with the renovation manager of a house that he is renovating because his best friend passed away and he inherited his best friend's house. And so I'm excited. I love Carla Sorensen's Ward Sisters series. I love her Washington Wolves entire universe, and I think it'll be really fun to read like a new standalone different characters from her that's outside of the Washington Wolves universe. So I'm excited, and I am the audiobook should be out on release day. Number 9 is Obsession Falls by Claire Kingsley, which comes out October 12th. I am so excited about this. I love the Bailey Brothers series by Claire Kingsley. You guys know this. 2 of her books from the Bailey Brothers series were on my top 22 of 2022. I absolutely adore the Bailey Brothers, and this Obsession Falls is book 1 in the Haven series. So in the Bailey Brothers, there's a Bailey Haven feud, and this is going to be the series that's following the Haven brothers, who are on the other side of the feud. And if you read the Bailey Brothers, then you'll know how the feud kind of like wrapped up in Rewriting the Stars, and so I'm really excited. We got a lot more into the Haven brothers in Rewriting the Stars, so I'm really excited for all of the Haven brothers books. Claire Kingsley just writes absolutely fantastic romances, and I believe that Obsession Falls is going to be romantic suspense, which I just said that I love. So this one, I think that the heroine has a stalker, and I think that the Haven brother whose book it is, who's the hero, is her neighbor. So I'm really excited. Number 10, I guess, is The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. This one actually comes out on the 31st of October, so the last day of October, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get to it in October, but I'll probably not finish it in October. But this is the follow-up book from The Deal. So in The Deal, Garrett Graham and Hannah Wells have a romance. I love The Deal from the Off-Campus series, and this is Garrett Graham's daughter, and I'm really excited about that. I think it'll be great. I have not read an Elle Kennedy book in a while, I don't think since the end of the Briar U series, so I'm excited to get back into the Garrett Graham universe, Garrett Graham's energy, because I loved him in The Deal. I will say that I'm slightly nervous about it because I absolutely despised The Legacy by Elle Kennedy. That was trash, and so I am slightly nervous considering that I don't want her to like fuck up Garrett Graham for me. But I do think that it'll be really interesting to see him as a dad and to have his daughter, who is a female hockey player, which I love, have her romance. So I'm excited, but also slightly nervous. So I think that's it with the actual new releases, but I do have a couple that are releasing on audio that have like already come out, and the audiobooks are just releasing. So I have a couple of those that I want to get to. The first one of those is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, sorry, by Carissa Broadbent, which comes out on audio on October 24th. This is the second book to The Serpent and the Wings of Night, which I read for a reading vlog recently and enjoyed. I think I gave it 4 stars. It's a fantasy romance book, and I really liked the second half of it, and I liked the way that it ended. It was very, it had a lot of potential for like future books and like what was going to happen next. I was really intrigued by what was going to happen next, and so this is the second book in the series, and I want to read it. The next one that I have is For the Fans by Nyla K, which comes out on audio on October 3rd. I have been dying to read this book. I actually tried to read the ebook, but it's just such a long ebook that I had a really hard time with focusing on it. So I decided to wait for the audiobook, and it's finally coming out. And this is an stepbrothers, enemies to lovers romance, and they do porn together. Like they have an OnlyFans account, and I am so excited. I think it's going to be fabulous. So many people have read and loved this book, and I am so incredibly excited for it. I think it'll be so, so good. I am just dying for it. I haven't read any Nyla K books, but I've heard really good things about her books. I don't think I'll ever read Push. I think it's just too much for me, but I think that this one will be a really good introduction into Nyla K books. Okay, so the next one that I have is actually one that I don't know for sure is coming out, but I remember seeing it in a newsletter, and I looked absolutely everywhere for it, and I cannot find it, so I might have imagined it, but I'm pretty sure I didn't, and that is Gentlemen Prefer Villains, which is the next book in the Villainous Things series by C. Rochelle. The first one was Not All Himbos Wear Capes, and I read that one and I absolutely loved it, and I'm pretty sure in a newsletter I saw that this second book was getting the audiobook in October. It was coming out in October, and I cannot find it anywhere. So if that's not true, then I obviously am not going to be reading it in October, and I'll read it whenever the audiobook comes out, but I'm pretty sure it comes out in October. So correct me if I'm wrong and you have better information than me, but I'm pretty sure I saw it say that it was coming out in October. But I think that's it for the audiobooks that are coming out that I know about. So the other ones that I have on my TBR are just ones that I want to read that have been out previously. So the first one of those that I have is The Right Move by Liz Tom Ford. This one I have a hold from the library of the audiobook, and it is going to come in just like 2 weeks. So I am definitely reading this one in October. October, I read Mile High and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4.5 stars. It was just a little bit long for me, but I absolutely loved it. And I'm dying for Ryan Shea because I know so many people are so obsessed with this book, and I think it's going to be so, so good. It's a basketball romance and they are living together, and that's pretty much all I know. I think it's sister's best friend. So I'm definitely excited about it. I heard that Ryan Shea is like the best book boyfriend ever. Next one that I have is Pucking Around by Emily Rath. This is a hockey reverse harem book that is super long, and I know that a lot of people have really, really loved, and the audiobook is also on hold at the library for this one, so my library loan is going to be coming in, and I am so excited about it. I think it's going to be fabulous. And then the last one that I have that I really want to read, that I actually bought a physical copy of at the Ripped Bodice just because I was so looking forward to it, is Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. It just sounds really, really good. I think that she's a wedding planner and he hates weddings, maybe. Something along those lines, but I love the cover so much. That's really what made me want to buy it. So I'm really, really excited. October is going to be amazing for new releases, for books that I'm reading, and I hope that I love all of them. But that's going to be it for this video. So like it if you liked it, subscribe, stick around, see more content from me. Let me know down in the comments what you're most excited about reading in October, and I hope that you have the absolute best day. Bye.